Opinion Great Rethink Why Indians Must Bet on India, Not the West. There is a broad consensus that India is on the right path economically. What is noteworthy is the fact that almost every financial institution and rating agency is bullish on India, at a time when the West is squabbling. The world is changing rapidly. Volatility is at an all-time high. American foreign policy has been turned on its head by Donald Trump. Conventional wisdom has been thrown out of the window. Immigration policies are changing across the West, most notably in Canada and the United States. Amidst this flurry, some Indians are being forced to reckon with the new reality that of the West no longer being the land of opportunities that welcomes foreign immigrants. Recently, a Reddit post triggered a conversation about Canada losing its shine for Indian immigrants, especially students. An anonymous Indian student currently living in Canada posted his experience of living in the North American country. The post, titled "I Regret Moving to Canada," described the education system in Canada as a college scam, saying students pay high fees for low-ranking colleges but teach almost nothing. The user mentioned that the courses are outdated and employers do not take the degrees seriously. According to him, international students are treated as a business opportunity. Once you land here, you realize you've been scammed. Next, the Redditor highlighted the financial struggles faced by international students in Canada, adding the cost of living in Canada is insane. Rent is sky high, groceries are overpriced, and basic necessities cost a fortune. Most students end up working long hours at minimum wage jobs just to survive. Work-life balance doesn't exist. You either work or you don't eat. Perhaps the starkest part of this post was the student's call for Indians to rethink their migration plans. He said, "India is growing, and opportunities are improving. The West sells you an illusion, but once you get here, you realize you've been brainwashed. Don't fall for the trap. Stay in India, invest in yourself, and build something meaningful at home." Several Redditors agreed with the student, with some even saying they had given up their PR permanent residency to be back in India. "It was the most rational decision I've ever made," the user added. Abrupt permit cancellations, increased scrutiny of visa applications, and stricter enforcement of departure regulations have already left thousands of the approximately 423,000 Indians in Canada in a state of uncertainty and distress. Canada must not be looked at in isolation. In fact, Indians are realizing that the West offers opportunities and a comfortable lifestyle mostly to already affluent Indians. These are people who are liquid enough to invest money they earned in India and start life from scratch in a Western country. However, most Indians do not have this luxury. In fact, ordinary young Indians are running off to the West by incurring severe debts. In Punjab and Haryana, children force their parents to sell properties and pay exorbitant fees to travel and visa agents, many of whom turn out to be fraudsters. Last year, Indians chose to dump Sweden, a beautiful European country. Between January and June 2024, Sweden saw a dramatic increase in the number of Indian-born individuals leaving the country, with 2,837 departures, a massive 171% rise from 2023. Why is this happening? For starters, tech companies have been laying off staff. Second, the cost of living has escalated dramatically. Third, Sweden has decided to tighten its visa and work permit rules. Add to that the fact that Sweden does not have enough homes to accommodate immigrants, and you will realize why Indians are on their way out. Meanwhile, in the US, Donald Trump is calling the shots. Immigration has been tightened, deportations are in full swing, and even green card holders are being advised not to leave the country lest they be disallowed re-entry. Anti-Indian racism is thriving on social media, with platforms like X failing to curb hate speech against Indians. Companies that once aggressively recruited Indian talent are now shedding jobs, leaving many skilled professionals in precarious situations. The soaring cost of living in major Western cities, from San Francisco to London, is eroding purchasing power, making it harder to save and build a stable future. Meanwhile, back home, a different story is unfolding. Modi's India has emerged as a rare bright spot in a turbulent global landscape. Our economy is projected to grow at a robust 7% this fiscal year, making us the fastest growing major economy in the world. We boast a burgeoning startup ecosystem, now home to over 100 unicorns, fueled by innovation and a vibrant entrepreneurial spirit. The Indian economy is projected to expand to 4.7 trillion by 2026, which will make it the fourth largest in the world behind the US, China and Germany. In 2028, India will overtake Germany as its economy will expand to 5.7 trillion. Consequently, India's share in the world GDP is projected to rise from 3.5% to 4.5% in 2029. India's venture capital VC sector showed resilience and recovery in 2024, with funding surging to 13.7 billion, 1.4 times higher than in 2023. There is a broad consensus that India is on the right path economically. What is noteworthy is the fact that almost every financial institution and rating agency is bullish on India, at a time when the West is squabbling. Donald Trump's tariff obsession could spell trouble for major world economies, especially in Europe. On the contrary, India appears well placed to not just mitigate the effect of Trump tariffs, but also leverage the personal rapport between Modi and the American president to its benefit. Of course, The decision to stay in India or pursue opportunities abroad is a personal one, and there are valid reasons why some Indians still choose the latter. The allure of specialized research opportunities at world-renowned universities, the desire to maintain close family ties in Western countries, and the pursuit of niche skills not yet readily available in India are all legitimate considerations. However, the landscape is shifting. Choosing to stay in India isn't just about personal gain, it's about contributing to a nation on the rise. It's about applying your skills and knowledge to address the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, from building sustainable infrastructure to developing innovative solutions for our unique societal needs. It's about becoming part of a generation that will shape India's future and leave a lasting legacy, not leave the country at the drop of a hat. Prime Minister Modi has addressed the issue of brain drain multiple times in the past, emphasizing the need to create an environment that attracts and retains talent. This requires a collective effort, from government policies that support innovation and entrepreneurship to private sector initiatives that foster a culture of meritocracy and opportunity. The opportunities are here, it's time to seize them. Let's rethink the traditional narrative and recognize that the Indian dream, the dream of building a prosperous and equitable future for all, is within our reach, right here in India. It's time to bet on India, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. After all, how can a country prosper if its sharpest minds flee? Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect News 18's views. Nan.